Okay, welcome back to the shop. You are about to be watching part 43, which was the spraying of this lacquer. While you watch that, I will be rubbing this out now. It's time. It's been 3 weeks. I've let the lacquer cure fully, and I have some orange peel I got to rip out. I've got some orange peel I've got to deal with. I've got to rub the whole thing out. Basically what's going on next. So you guys are basically at real time now, since you're watching what I filmed the last time I did anything on the day I'm filming the next thing I'm doing to it. When the hardware goes back on after all this rubbing out is done and we get the hardware on and we're ready to do the setup, I'm going to be doing it at my luthier friend and instructor, Harrison Phipps's shop, just at the next town over. Harrison Phipps, frettedstrings.com. Check the guy out, he's pretty awesome. And if you're in the Northern California area, he's where you should go to learn how to build guitars. So we're going to be at his place doing the setup. He's going to show me how. And he's already agreed to let me film that because when the setup is done, it's playable. So it's not like I'm going to set it up and not play it right then and there, which means my very first experience, the personality of this guitar, is going to be that day when it's been set up. And so we're going to record that. We're going to record the whole setup that I do, that he walks me through, and then when it comes time, hopefully if it's playable, we're going to play it right there and record my hearing of the first notes this thing plays, which I think will be pretty awesome if it all works out, if it all plays right. So I think, yeah, I don't know why I'm chatty apparently, because I'm sort of hesitant on getting this phase done, but yeah, so we're gonna rub this out, get this all buffed up. You're gonna watch this. There's a very good chance that while you're watching this, I'm hearing it play for the first time. Because I'm hoping that, this is the first thing in the morning Saturday of the sanding and rubbing out. I may find out that through this I sand through and I need to put more coats on and we're delayed, but there's a chance that right this moment I'm hearing it for the first time and recording that so you could see it the following week, hopefully, if all goes to plan. If all doesn't go to plan, you won't know until the following Saturday, but I have a feeling I'm going to be too giddy not to share it early. So just a teaser there that I might end up posting that playing pretty much right as soon as I can get it edited and posted versus waiting till Saturday. So that'd be, this footage you're watching is next Saturday. So this today that you're watching this, next week you may see it. Between now that you're watching this and the following Saturday, you should be hearing it play if all goes according to plan, if all goes well. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to do with it, when I'm going to put it out, if it'll be ready by then. I think it'll be ready by then. I hope so. I'm really hopeful that we've got enough build on here and I don't sand through and all that sort of stuff. So we're gonna get set up. I'm gonna probably bring you in a little bit more so you can watch the actual sanding process. I think I'll start with the back, probably. I don't know which side to start with. I think I'll start with the back. We'll bring you back. All right, I may or may not keep this on like this, but it seems kind of like a useful way. I can bring it where I want it, and I can work the lacquer as needed. Yeah, this feels like it might work. Okay, so let's I'm going to really quickly describe what I've got, and then we're just going to jump to music, because this is not my favorite process, and I want to make sure I stay focused. So I'm going to loose things that can scratch or ding this surface any. Means this is going to go away too in a minute, but what I've got soaking here is wet dry sandpaper. I'm going to start with 2000 and see how it does. 2000 is actually my stopping point. It might take longer to do it with 2000, but the last thing I want to do is sand through this. So, oh yeah, this is a big deal, and I'm sort of freaking out that it's time for this, but it's time for this. So let's do this. Let's get ready. I'm going to put you on some music here for a sec. Okay, so I'm just checking in the middle of this process. Front and back are done. I started with 2000 grit, but it took forever to get any progress, so I kept stepping back down to 1500, then to 1200, and to finally to 1000. 1000 grit moved fast enough, but I didn't feel like I was risking the burning through the lacquer at all, so I felt safe at 1000 grit at the speed it was going, and I stuck with that. So the front and the back are basically cut down to flat on with 1000 grit. I still have to do the sides, but I'll tell you, this thing is looking pretty frickin' awesome. Every time I get it completely covered with the mineral spirits, it's really shiny. It's like, ooh, that looks great. So we're going to get the sides done and the neck, and then we'll start working our way up. So far, I have had no instances of buffing through the finish, so that's really nice. That's really, really nice. And so I'm going to just get it nice and shiny, and that's pretty cool. We're coming along, slowly but surely, but it's getting there. So we'll do the sides next. Okay, so that is I'm just hanging it so it can dry untouched anywhere. Let all that mineral spirits flash off. I did not go through the color anywhere, or I didn't go through the lacquer anywhere, which is good. Didn't burn through it. That's nice. And I did manage to get everything pretty well flat. Just checking my fingerprints there. Just put some fingerprints in it. So hold on a second. So the big thing is I went through a lot, and I mean a lot of mineral spirits on this thing. So I'm gonna let this thing dry overnight. It's gonna come out a little cloudy, I'm sure, but in the end, this was flat sanded to 1,000 grit, and there's very smooth texture now. It's not nearly the orange peel it was, and right now you're seeing it a little bit wet, so it's really reflective and glossy. That's exactly what I'm aiming for. When it's fully buffed, that's about how shiny it'll be. Probably shinier even. I am freaking out. It's looking good. God, that looks awesome. So yeah, so far I have managed to not F it up. Big good things. Big good things. Good big things. Very good. So I'm calling it a day today. I'm going to let that all flash off. And then I think I'll probably step up. That was 1,000 grit. I'll probably go to 1,200, 1,500, and 2,000. And then that'll probably be tomorrow. And then we'll be ready for buffing the compounds. Oh, that was probably noisy, huh? Sorry. Yeah, so we're going to call this completed for the day. Looks so freaking good. And I'll bring you back in the morning. And we're going to we're going to polish. We're going to make it look even better. Just look at that for a little while, would you? Just get a look at that. It's looking freaking cool. Alright, it's been the next day now. It's been overnight, basically, and I've let the mineral spirits cure off a little, or flash off, whatever that is, dry, just to give it a good view of where I still need work. And it looks like front and back are great. The sides feel really good. There's one spot on the neck that's a little bit rough yet, but I think I can work through that without too much trouble. It looks like the pore filler did not stick after my little mess up with the color, or it came out a little bit, so I probably needed to put more pore filler on, but it's quite alright. By the time I get everything nice and shiny, it'll be fine. So I'm going to go over this part of the neck a little more with 1,000. And then we'll go up the grits, which should move a lot faster. And so, yeah, we're going to get that moving. And a little bit of my impatience is reaching me a little here, and I want to try something. I may or may not end up regretting this. We'll see. We will definitely see. I'm going to fill up my mineral spirits. I'm going to take my, hold on a second. Let me grab what I'm talking about. So I have these fantastic little compounds of pumice and rotten stone, and I think it's time we gave them a shot. The directions on these say start at sand to 1200 grit, which I've done, and then start going into the pumice. So I'm going to try just a tiny little bit under where the pick guard's going with my machine that goes and with a nice soft foam pad, and I'm going to see if I can control this well enough, and if it does work I will do the whole surface. Then I'll probably come back afterwards with a buff and go with the grain as well, maybe put some swirl remover on, something like that. But I may or may not F this up, so we're going to do a real quick little test under where the pick guard goes and see if I do or not F this up. So we'll bring you back in a second. Alright, I wasn't sure at first, but it is a lot smoother where I did the rotten stone, or where I did the pumice. So I think we're good, because if I feel over here, can you hear the difference? Here versus, it's smoother here already. So I'm going to go with this. It seems to be working and I haven't wrecked anything, so I think I'm in the right vicinity. Take a little time, go a little slow, make sure I do this all nice and evenly. But I think we've got ourselves a process that's going to get a nice shiny surface. So I'm just going to keep at this until, until it's done or until I've burned through the lacquer. Those are my choices. So we're just going to keep on going here. Alright, that's cleaned up after the pumice, and it's like a, I'd say it's a nice soft satin at the moment. It's not glossy yet, it's not super shiny, but it's a nice soft satin. It's getting some shine to it. You can tell there's some stuff goop down in there I'm going to have to clean up at some point, but for the moment I'm just going to let this little guy flash off for a little bit, and I'm going to probably go for the rotten stone next. I'm trying to decide if it's easier to do this hung up or not. Not sure. So I can't get in here with the power sanding thing, but the power sanding thing is really helping a lot with the big field areas and stuff, so I like that. I like that. Yeah, so we're moving along here. It feels really nice. It's very, very smooth. So I'm gonna let that. I probably don't need to let it flash off, but I'm letting it flash off so I can see what my sheen is at this point. It's pretty close. It's getting there. It's not quite ready to be done, but it's almost there. It's looking pretty good. So I'm not sure. I might be partial to the satiny finish. No, I think it needs to be a little glossier. I don't think it's quite shiny enough just yet, but it's nice. It's getting better. I'm going to try the rotten stone next, and then we'll see what happens after that. Alright. Alright, that is... I'm sorry I forgot to hit record. It's just been one pass with the rotten stone. Letting the solvent flash off now. I did it by power with this one as well, but I did it hanging instead of on the table. I don't know if it was better or worse. I don't know, the solvent's still flashing, so I don't know if it's actually this shiny or not, but I think it's shinier. I just don't think it's this shiny. Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of where the solvent's flashed off, and it's a little bit murkier, but that shiny would be nice, I would say. So we'll see. Yeah, I apologize, I forgot to record, but it's you know, it may have been a bit unorthodox to do it the way I did, but it feels nice. Yeah, it's dulling up a little bit. We might have to go to a buffing thing next, because that was the finest abrasive I have right there. Well, so I just realized that I was on manual focus earlier, and you didn't get a real good view of what was going on. So here's a better shot, and you can see the solvent has since flashed off now, so it's a little duller than it was, but it's pretty good. It's got a little bit of sheen to it. It's not filled with tiger blood just yet, but it's getting there. See, some of the mirror is going, but it's not. In person, it's a little matte, a little flatter than that, but it's getting there. I think my next step up is going to have to be some kind of buffing system. I've got to find. I don't have anything finer than rotten stone that I'd be willing to try. So I'm going to leave this for now. We'll probably solve that in a couple of evenings. Just get it. I'll probably just do it by hand with some buffing or something. We'll see what I can do here. Yeah, so it's looking very good. Yeah, I'm liking it. So, such a good looking piece of wood. Yeah, so we're gonna, I don't know, I have to figure out my next step. I have to get it, I want it shinier than this. So I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to figure that out. That's coming next, eventually. So, anyway, that's it for today. Alright, well, I've had time for the mineral spirits to flash off. It feels really nice, but it's not shiny enough. You can see sort of, see if I can get a view for you here. See how there's some gloss. It's got some gloss, but it's cloudy. I'm going to throw a couple of pictures in to show you just what it is. I had this surface, and then I wetted half of it with some mineral spirits, and you can see where I'm aiming for and not quite what I've gotten yet. So it's coming along. I don't think we're going to be playing it next Saturday, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to say. I think we're going to have to do a buffing. It's got to get buffed better, because right now it's just not there yet. So rather than rushing it and fighting something, I'm just going to leave it. It's going to sit until I can get the right materials for finishing this thing off. This is the one broke the rule situation where I didn't carry this part of the finish process all the way through on scraps. I know I did. I know I broke the rule. But I don't have an excuse. It's what I did. But I think we're going to be fine. I'm not worried. We're at the buff stage. I have not burnt through the lacquer yet, so I'm not really worried about the lacquer being thick enough. There's still plenty in there, I think. If I were doing this on furniture, I'd probably stop here and wax it, because it's shiny enough for that. With a wax coating on the surface, it would be plenty shiny, but I want to get better. Pretty sure I can buff it. I've got a secret auto body expert friend who's helping tutor me on this. Thank you, Frank. If you watch. Not sure if Frank watches. We'll see. But that will probably be next week's episode of the final buffing. We're flat, we're level, we're rubbed nicely smooth. It feels really cool. It's so smooth right now. It's only going to get nicer. So I'll show you the pictures with the half mineral spirits. It's definitely better than this, and I think we're almost there, just not quite. So I'm just going to let this probably just hang here for now. It might go inside. We'll see. It's almost there. We're probably not going to listen to it next week, though. Probably the week after.